Okay friends, I'm getting ready to go to F45. So here's my outfit. I'm just wearing these Gymshark shorts, this t-shirt. Chat about F45. So I was an F45 coach for about 2 years and I absolutely love it.
2 is gonna be a silene push-up. So a silene push-up, what does that mean? It's a burpee on one leg and your leg stays up.
All right, y'all, I just got back from my first class at F45 as an official member.
Hey y'all. So as some of you may or may not know, because I've only made like, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos on it, I attended Orange Theory Fitness for a very long time, over a year. I recently actually just quit. Rest in peace, Orange Theory. But before I did that, while I was looking at other boutique fitness gyms and stuff like that, I stumbled upon a fitness gym called F45. Now you might have heard of that, but there were a few studios in my area, so they kept popping up when I was looking at fitness gyms and fitness locations. And so I was interested, but I really just like fell in love with Orange Theory, so I just didn't pursue it anymore and just kind of left it as is. And I left it until recently I saw some TikToks, because of course I did. Where else am I finding my information? Making fun of F45 Fitness and the model, specifically like the workouts, like they were making fun of it all. And even more recently, I saw F45 was closing down some locations and was potentially going bankrupt in some areas. And there were people talking about the F45 model and like its business practices and things like that. And just, I was curious. I really wanted to know more. So because I took Orange Theory, I have an interest in niche boutique fitness things, and I kind of wanted to do a deep dive and see what was going on and examine F45 as a model, their business practices, and their workouts to see kind of like what it was all about. So join me as we examine F45 Fitness. So I think it's only right to start this video by exploring what F45 actually is. According to their website, the F in F45 stands for functional. So in essence, it's a functional fitness workout based on completing HIIT style circuits. And the 45 in the name stands for 45 minutes. And I'll give them that. Their naming is on point because it tells you everything you need to know. F is for functional, 45 is for 45 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom. F45 was started in 2011 or 2013, depending on what source you're using, by Adam Gilchrist and Rob Deutsch in Sydney, Australia. Over the next few years, it slowly spread across Australia and moved outwards into other countries. It then got very popular after it was endorsed by some celebrity clients, specifically Mark Wahlberg and David Beckham. And as of 2020, F45 has more than 1,750 studios in 45 different countries. And from what I've gathered in my research, the basic format of an F45 workout goes as follows. So you check in with the trainer, you get assigned a numbered station that will serve as your number as you complete the rest of the circuit. Then the instructors will demo the movements for the workout that day as the moves are projected onto a screen, which is important because I feel like that's a sticking point for a lot of people who are detractors of F45, is the fact that the workouts are like presented on a screen, almost like a YouTube video. From my understanding, F45 has specific workouts that are named like Mont Blanc, MVP, Triple Threat, etc. Having named workouts is a technique used by most boutique gyms to help members know what type of workout to expect and look forward to specific workouts. Once these workouts have been demoed by the instructor, the class begins and the members complete the circuit for the next 45 minutes. And these workouts vary depending on the day, but every studio worldwide is doing the exact same workout on the exact same day. So members can collaborate online to give each other early intel on the upcoming workouts or just discuss the workouts in general on forums. The workouts typically consist of a mix of cardio and strength training. On their website, it says that they specifically do cardio on Monday and Wednesdays, resistance Tuesday, Thursdays, Sundays, and a hybrid Friday and Saturday. And they also focus on prioritizing recovery, mobility, and flexibility throughout the week. So that's kind of sprinkled throughout. F45 workouts utilize different gym equipment, specifically including like weights, kettlebells, spin bikes, etc. One thing to note though is that although they focus on cardio, they don't have treadmills from what I can see. They have rowers, they have spin bikes, they have other forms of cardio, but they do not have treadmills. So that's not a component. Running is not a component that's part of their cardio like workout routine. And throughout the training, the instructors will support the members and ensure that they are following the workouts by just like guiding them and giving them pointers and tips like you would in any other kind of group setting. But again, the workouts will just be on screen, which some people love, some people don't like. So the members will just follow whatever the workout says on the screen and move throughout the circuits based on what the screen says. Similar to Orange Theory, F45 utilizes zone tracking to monitor your heart rate. So members can buy an additional heart rate monitor for an extra $60 that interacts with the monitors and projects your zones, your heart rate zones, onto the screen so that you can track it during your workout. However, these seem to be like less emphasized than they are at Orange Theory. Orange Theory, it's almost a requirement because you're trying to reach certain zones. That's part of the workout. But it seems like those are the heart rate monitors that they have are just kind of like there. And there's just a lot less emphasis on them from what I can tell. It might be different. If you've gone, please let me know. But it seems to be de-emphasized compared to other gyms. And the heart rate monitor is optional. So in terms of the price will vary depending on the gym, which is normal for these boutique type fitness locations. But F45 will cost anywhere from $150 to $200 a month, which is a pretty penny, but this seems to give you unlimited number of classes. But they also have options for drop-ins, which are about like $25 from everything I read. They also have 10 class options and 20 class passes, so you can like vary the number of times you go. They also have this thing called the F45 challenge, which is $250, and it's similar to the like Orange Theory transformation challenge, if you've ever heard of that, but it's basically a more personalized and specialized training that comes with some body scans, nutritional information, and personalized workouts. And this kind of helps you achieve your peak health and fitness. But that's basically F45 in a nutshell. It's a circuit-based workout that can cost you anywhere from $150 to $200 a month, which is a lot. So now that we know what F45 is, let's go more in depth on the workouts and just kind of break them down and look at them and see why people hate them and why people make fun of them constantly. So like I said, one of the main reasons I made this video is because I kept seeing people like poking fun at F45 workouts, like this video.
Station 2 is going to be a silene push-up. So a silene push-up, what does that mean? It's a burpee on one leg and your leg stays up and it's just a push-up down with the arm. You're going to do both sides. Station 6, you're going to have a small weight and this is just a simple one again row. So that means you swing and slap and swing and hit. That means you guys are really feeling it in the upper eyes as down and over.
And like seeing those TikToks and the videos making fun of F45 workouts, I was like, there's no way that they're that wild. Like this is an exaggeration. And like I really wanted to see for myself what people were talking about, because like it just seemed wild to me how much like people were making fun of these workouts. So generally I would like to do this in person, but there aren't any F45 like fitness studios that I feel comfortable going to. Like they're not super close to where I'm at. So I just found some recordings of the full F45 workouts online. So I'm just gonna try those. So I'm gonna insert a clip of me trying out the F45 workout routines. Okay, this is the workout I'm doing, the Roman Strength workout, or the Whitby West edition, I guess that's the location. And so, see, they have in the background, this is like the thing that they usually have, like the presentation or like the demonstration of the exercises is up on that screen. And then they have their stuff. I don't have any kettlebells, but I have like some 12s and some 20s, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm just like going through and like watching them demo. It's taking like a while. I mean, it's like almost 5 minutes of like just demoing straight through, and that might just be like the recording. They might not do that in person, but I'm just kind of like, dang, when do we get to the workout?
So this workout was a circuit that consisted of 3 different rounds with 3 different exercises in each round. Each singular like individual exercise was 35 seconds on, 25 seconds off and rest. That was a lot of rest, but it also was because I think it was strength workout, so it might be different depending on what you're doing, but it was that. And so you did each exercise twice, so 3 rounds, 3 different exercises, two times within each round, if that makes sense. But it actually was like a really good strength training workout. I really appreciated it. It was like pretty intense, a little tough, a little like rest here and there, and it felt like pretty balanced. And yeah, it was 45 minutes. I feel like, and I'll talk about it at the end, but the demo took up a large chunk of the beginning, and I feel like it could have been shortened, but that was like my only critique.
Okay, hi. So I just completed the F45 workout. Yeah, it was about 45 minutes-ish. Like, I think my biggest gripe with it, and obviously, again, this was just online, so I don't know what it's like in person, but like they demo it at the beginning and it feels like unnecessary to demo it. Like they demo every single move from beginning to end. And to me, it just feels like maybe they do it differently in person, but like, you don't really need to do that because no one's going to remember that. And also it's just like taking up a lot of time. So it ended up being about like 40-ish minutes, but it felt like a good workout. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. I feel like it was a really good strength workout. I wouldn't say it was that taxing. I feel like maybe there's different scales, like this one was a little easier, but it was good. And I felt like, yeah, if you want that push to get into the gym, I could see why this would be really helpful. It's helpful just to see other people demo it and then go through it together as a group. So I can see why people, like why it appeals to some folks. So I thought it was a good workout. I was glad I did it. I mean, I wouldn't pay the amount of money it is, but like I understand it. So now that we've discussed what F45 is and we've looked in depth at the workouts, let's talk about the F45 community. From what I can tell, the F45 community is supposedly one of the selling points for the gym. I mean, on their website, they emphasize the team training aspects of F45 and really try and sell new members on the communal aspects of the gym. And by all accounts, people really feel that camaraderie. While looking up F45, there were a lot of forum posts and threads from people defending the gym and saying that they felt like it was a communal space where they felt supported to reach their fitness goals. Even an unbiased reviewer from People magazine described the gym as a community and as a team. They also have a robust and active Facebook group, forums, social medias, meaning that members feel passionate enough to take their love of F45 outside the confines of the gym. And ultimately, gyms and fitness studios are about the community just as much as they are for the fitness. So if you're looking for a community, F45 may fulfill something you're looking for. So there genuinely seems to be like a community, a good basis, mutual respect, people trying to cheer each other on in the F45 groups and stuff like that. So there seems to be a robust community, but what happens when that community starts to fall apart? Is there anything that happens when those communities are threatened? And that kind of leads me into my next point about what's going on with F45. So recently, there have been some developments for F45 on the business front that are kind of confusing and may signal a downward trajectory for the whole entire business. Specifically in Australia, which I will note is where F45 first started, F45 gyms have been closing down at a rapid rate. At least 11 F45 gyms have closed in the last few weeks, leaving members out of money that they spent on memberships and franchisees liable. And that is part of the model that I have not mentioned. Like many other boutique gyms, F45 works on a franchisee model, meaning that gyms can be run by independent entities as well as mass conglomerates. This is fine when times are good, but with COVID and skyrocketing costs of living, many F45 franchise owners have been forced to close their gym, leaving them scrambling to recoup losses of upwards of $100,000 by selling their old gym equipment. This is a troubling sign. Although Australia still has about 500 F45 gyms, these liquidations and bankruptcies for small franchise owners may signal blood in the water. And something to note is that the trouble in Australia is contrasted by the American branches of F45 signing lucrative partnerships with corporations like Hilton and other big corporations and financiers. As an aside, I want to just note that I've seen this model with F45 and also boutique
fitness brands, especially Orange Theory, and I kind of want to make a video on this. It's a little separate. So what I've seen in the last few months is that these boutique fitness branches or brands start off as like, oh, we're franchising, we think that this is a great opportunity, like marketing it as a good investment for private entities to just kind of like start by buying these gyms and running them. And so people have taken out like loans to buy these gyms, and it's been like marketed as a best practice or something that you can do, like buying a McDonald's or buying a Wendy's, like that kind of franchise mode, like you can do that. So it's kind of been marketed as like a good investment for people to just buy these gyms and run them. And they were good when times were good. However, with COVID and costs especially skyrocketing, people have had to make decisions. I mean, the first thing to go when you can't afford food is your luxury gym membership. Those things just like kind of fall by the wayside, and people quitting their gym memberships have kind of impacted these small owners, especially when like they have had to swallow a lot of the costs. And so what's happened and what I've kind of noticed is that these small franchise owners will kind of be going under, and these big conglomerates will come and buy them up, which has caused a lot of strife and conversation within these like boutique communities, because especially coming from an Orange Theory perspective, people have been unhappy with how these big conglomerates have started to run these gyms. They've noticed a difference. And so I feel like the same thing is happening to most of these fitness chains, and especially with Orange Theory, but also with F45. It's just something I've noticed and want to keep track of because it has really caused an uproar in the fitness community. But aside over, so as I mentioned, some may infer that these buyouts, bankruptcies, and liquidations may serve as a signal that boutique fitness brands are falling out of fashion with the general public. However, I would say it's a little deeper than that, and I think that although these brands may ebb and flow and they may be a fad, I think that the real culprit is cost of living. Like I mentioned, it's no secret that it's expensive just to exist right now, and people have to make sacrifices. Unfortunately, a fancy gym membership like one for F45 is just one of the first things to be cut. I mean, heck, that's what I had to do with Orange Theory. I had to cut it off because it was getting too expensive. I mean, when your rent's due, you kind of have to make decisions like that. So in my opinion, many members may still be passionate about these boutique fitness brands, but they just can't afford it, and they can't continue like using this money for something that could be better utilized in a different way. So that's what I would say. Even though it may be a fad, I think that there's a bigger story to be told here. So final thoughts about F45, and let me cushion this by saying I have not gone to a class in person, so this is all just based on the research I did and the class that I took online basically, but it seems like it's cushioned in real science about like how you would like tone your body. I mean, doing cardio on certain days and then alternating with strength and then mobility training is basically what you're supposed to be doing on your own, but it's helping you achieve that with a community and helping you achieve your goals, because some people are really motivated. All the things I read is that some people really like that group workout aspect of it because it helps them stay motivated, and that's great. I would say that it basically is just helping you reach that by offering you this gym membership. And yeah, some people are like, it's a glorified YouTube tutorial video of how to work out, but some people need that. Some people need to be in person and hear from like instructors how to correct their form, because seeing something on YouTube is hard to put into practice if you're not used to going to the gym. So I would say that like for that aspect, I understand it may be a little expensive for like most people, but I can understand people's desire to go to it, and I'm not here to judge. I think it's a great thing. If you like it, I'm not here to yuck your yum. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.